Ordering food at a restaurant like a native speaker. Imagine this. You walk into a restaurant ready to order your favorite dish. But then you start overthinking. What if I say something wrong? What if the waiter doesn't understand me? Sound familiar? You're not alone. But today we're going to change that. Ordering food in English isn't just about knowing the right words. It's about confidence. And confidence comes from practice and mindset. So take a deep breath and remind yourself, you've got this. You deserve to enjoy your meal without stress. Let's start simple. When you enter a restaurant, you might hear, "Table for two. Would you like to sit inside or outside?" Easy, right? A simple "yes, please" or "we'd like to sit outside" works perfectly. No need for complicated sentences. The key is to sound natural, and that means keeping things simple and direct. Now let's talk about ordering. Instead of just saying, "I want a burger," try, "I'll have the burger, please. Could I get the pasta? May I have a coffee?" These small changes make a big difference. They sound more polite and natural. And guess what? The more you practice, the more effortless it feels. But what if you don't understand something on the menu? No problem. Here's how you can ask. "What's in this dish? How is this prepared? Do you have any recommendations?" See, no need to panic. Native speakers ask these questions all the time. You're not expected to know everything, so don't be afraid to ask. And when it's time to pay, you can simply say, "Could I get the check, please? Can I pay by card?" That's it. No stress, no fear. Just you enjoying your meal and speaking English with confidence. Next time you go to a restaurant, challenge yourself. Walk in with your head high, place your order smoothly, and enjoy the moment. Because the truth is, you're more capable than you think. Now that you know how to order like a pro, let's take it a step further. Imagine you're at a busy restaurant. The waiter is moving fast, the background noise is loud, and you need to speak up. This is where confidence really makes a difference. First, don't rush. Take your time. If you need a moment, just say, "Could I have a minute, please? I'm still deciding." This gives you space to think without feeling pressured. And when you're ready, make eye contact, speak clearly, and place your order with confidence. What if something isn't right with your order? Many people feel nervous about speaking up, but remember, it's normal to ask for adjustments. You can say, "Excuse me, I think this is the wrong order. Could you bring this without onions, please? This is a little undercooked. Could it be cooked a bit more?" Being polite and direct helps you sound more natural. No need to apologize too much. Just ask in a friendly way, and most waiters will be happy to help. Now let's talk about small talk. Sometimes waiters ask casual questions like, "How's your day going? Are you enjoying your meal?" You don't need a long answer. A simple "Great, thanks. How about you?" is perfect. Little interactions like this make the experience feel more natural and enjoyable. And here's a secret. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. So, next time you go out to eat, challenge yourself. Place your order smoothly, ask a question, or even make small talk with the waiter. You'll be surprised how quickly your confidence grows. Let's talk about what happens when things don't go as planned. Maybe the waiter speaks too fast, or you don't understand a word on the menu. Instead of freezing or feeling embarrassed, try this. Could you say that again, please? I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it? What does this mean? Native speakers ask these questions all the time. No one expects you to be perfect, so don't be afraid to clarify. The key is to stay calm and keep the conversation flowing. Another challenge is accents. Depending on where you are, the way people speak may sound different. If that happens, focus on key words and don't stress over every detail. If you need to, you can say, "Could you speak a little slower, please? I just want to make sure I got that right." People appreciate the effort, and most will be happy to help. Now, what if you're with a group and need to order for everyone? Simpler than you think. You can start with, "We'd like to order, please." "We're ready to order." Then go one by one or say, "I'll have the grilled chicken and she'll have the pasta." Keeping it structured makes it easier for both you and the waiter. And don't forget about special requests. If you need something on the side or without an ingredient, just say, "Could I get the dressing on the side? Can you make it without cheese?" Making small adjustments is completely normal. Restaurants do it all the time. The most important thing is to trust yourself. Every time you order, you're improving. The more you do it, the easier it gets. So go out, enjoy your meal, and speak with confidence. Let's take it even further. What if you want to sound not just confident, but truly like a native speaker? It's all about rhythm, tone, and small natural phrases that make your English flow. Instead of just saying, "I'll have the pasta," try adding a little touch of casual speech. "I think I'll go with the pasta." "I'll take the burger," sounds great. "Can I get the salmon?" "Oh, and could I have some extra veggies on the side?" These small additions make your English sound more relaxed and natural. Native speakers don't just list their order, they make it part of the conversation. Another trick is using friendly expressions when talking to the waiter. Instead of just saying, "Thank you," try, "Thanks, I appreciate it." "Oh, that sounds amazing, thanks." "Perfect, thank you so much." A warm and natural tone goes a long way. It makes the interaction feel smoother and more enjoyable. Now, what about dealing with mistakes? Maybe you accidentally mispronounce something or get stuck on a word. No problem. Just keep going. If you need a second to think, say, "Let me rephrase that. I meant to say. Sorry, what I meant was." Even native speakers do this all the time. The key is to stay relaxed and keep the conversation moving. And when you're leaving, don't just say, "Bye." "Thanks for everything. Have a great day." "That was great, see you next time." These little phrases make a big difference. They show confidence, friendliness, and a natural way of speaking. The next time you order, try adding one of these small details. Watch how it changes the way you sound and feel. It's not about being perfect. It's about feeling comfortable and enjoying the experience. As you continue practicing, you'll start to notice something important. It gets easier to adapt to different situations. You'll feel more comfortable not just ordering food, but engaging with people in English without hesitation. Let's think about how to handle the more complex scenarios. What if the waiter suggests a special or asks if you want something you've never heard of before? Here's your chance to practice curiosity and engage in the conversation. You could say, "What's the special today? That sounds interesting. What's in it? I've never tried that before. Is it a popular choice?" By showing interest, you'll sound more natural and connected to the conversation. Native speakers often engage with waiters like this, not just to order, but to make the experience more enjoyable. And when it comes to paying, here's a tip. If you're with a group and they ask who will pay, instead of just saying, "I'll pay," try, "I've got this one, don't worry. Let me take care of the bill today. I'll grab the check this time." These little phrases not only make you sound more like a native, but they also show you're comfortable with the situation. It's all about flowing with the conversation and making it feel like part of your everyday life. Remember, the goal isn't perfection. It's about building confidence and enjoying the process. Don't be afraid of mistakes, because every time you step outside of your comfort zone, you're one step closer to mastering the language and the experience. So go ahead, next time you're at a restaurant, take a deep breath, place your order, and enjoy the moment. You're already more prepared than you think. The beauty of all this is that each time you practice, you're not just getting better at ordering food. You're becoming more comfortable in everyday conversations in English. The more you engage with people, whether at a restaurant or in any other setting, the more natural it will feel to speak confidently and without hesitation. Let's consider another aspect. Tipping. In some places, tipping can be a bit of an awkward topic, especially if you're not sure about the local customs. Here's a simple way to handle it. Is the tip included? How much do you usually tip here? If you're unsure, just ask. It shows you're polite and respectful of the culture, and it's perfectly fine to want to understand the local customs better. When it's time to leave, don't just head out without a final exchange. A simple, "Thanks for everything, I had a great time," or "It was a pleasure, see you soon," can leave a positive impression. Native speakers often make sure to express gratitude before leaving a restaurant, so it's a nice way to end the interaction on a high note. And finally, remember this. It's not about being flawless in your speech. It's about connection. Each time you engage, whether it's with the waiter, a friend, or someone you just met, you're building a stronger relationship with the language. The more you practice, the more you'll realize that speaking English, just like ordering food at a restaurant, becomes second nature. So, the next time you go out, whether for a casual meal or a special occasion, walk in with the confidence that you are in control. You have the tools, you have the mindset, and you're ready to enjoy every moment. As you continue to grow more comfortable with ordering in English, you'll start to notice other opportunities to practice the language in everyday situations. It might be ordering coffee at a cafe, asking for directions, or simply chatting with someone at the counter. Each time you step into these situations, you build confidence, and that's where real progress happens. One of the best things about ordering at a restaurant is that it's a shared experience with others. When you feel confident in your ability to order, you start noticing the subtle ways you can interact with those around you. You might ask your server for recommendations or even strike up a conversation with them. These moments help you feel more connected to the language and the people around you. If you're ever unsure about something, don't be afraid to take a moment and ask. The more you practice, the more natural asking questions will feel. Remember, every time you ask about the menu or about the dish you're ordering, you're learning and improving. And what about when you're eating with friends or family? Use those moments to your advantage to practice speaking. You can talk about the food, ask others what they recommend, or share your thoughts on what you're trying. These interactions are a perfect way to practice your English while enjoying a meal together. The key is to keep the conversation flowing. Don't focus too much on the details. Whether you're ordering, asking questions, or making small talk, the goal is to keep practicing and building your comfort level with the language. So, next time you step into a restaurant, remember, you're not just ordering food, you're engaging with the world around you, practicing your English, and becoming more confident in your abilities. Each experience adds to your growth, and soon enough, speaking English in any setting will feel as natural as ordering your favorite meal. At this point, you've already taken huge strides in becoming more comfortable with ordering food and navigating conversations in English. But let's talk about how to keep building on this momentum. One great way to practice is by simulating the experience before you even get to the restaurant. You can rehearse your order at home, either in front of a mirror or even recording yourself. This simple exercise helps you build confidence because you'll hear how you sound and can make adjustments where needed. Try to incorporate the new phrases and casual language you've learned. Another way to practice is by involving your friends or family. Next time you go out to eat together, take turns being the waiter or the customer. This role-playing exercise will help you get used to thinking on your feet. It also allows you to try out different scenarios. What happens if the waiter asks a question you didn't expect, or if something goes wrong with your order? The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become with these real-life interactions. Additionally, pay attention to how native speakers communicate when you're out and about. Watch how they order food, how they ask questions, and how they engage in small talk. Try to absorb their tone, rhythm, and casual language. You don't have to mimic everything, but you can take inspiration from these everyday conversations to make your own speech feel more natural. And don't forget about feedback. If you're in a situation where someone corrects you or gives you a tip on how to say something better, embrace it. It's all part of the process. Native speakers often won't hesitate to point out little things, and these corrections will only help you improve. The most important thing to remember is that every time you step into a new experience, whether it's ordering food, asking questions, or just making small talk, you're growing. You're moving forward, becoming more fluent and confident with each conversation. So take a moment to congratulate yourself. Each time you order, ask, or engage in conversation, you're adding to your language skills. Soon, you'll realize that speaking English in everyday situations is second nature to you, and what seemed challenging at first will feel completely effortless. Keep practicing, stay confident, and embrace every opportunity to speak. It's all part of the journey to fluency. As you continue to build your confidence, remember that learning a language is a journey, not a race. There will be moments when you feel unsure or when you make mistakes, and that's perfectly okay. Every mistake is a lesson, and every small success is a step forward. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in wanting to be perfect. But the truth is, native speakers make mistakes too. They mix up words, forget a phrase, or need to ask for clarification. What sets them apart is their ability to keep going, to engage in the conversation, and to laugh it off when things don't go exactly as planned. If you ever feel nervous about speaking, try to shift your focus. Instead of worrying about the exact words, concentrate on enjoying the conversation. Focus on the connection, on the experience, and on the message you're trying to convey. The more you do this, the less you'll stress over mistakes and the more you'll enjoy the process. Another helpful tip is to expose yourself to more real-world conversations. Watch movies, listen to podcasts, or follow YouTube channels in English. The more you hear the language in everyday contexts, the easier it will be to understand and use the phrases that come up in conversation. You'll start to pick up nuances and expressions that might not be in your textbook, but are incredibly useful when you're out ordering food or talking with people. And here's something to keep in mind. It's okay to take your time. Sometimes the desire to speak quickly can cause more stress than necessary. Native speakers understand that it takes time to process language and form a response. So don't rush. Take a deep breath and speak at your own pace. No one will mind, and you'll feel more comfortable. Over time, all of this practice, whether it's in real-life situations or through simulations, will create a strong foundation for you. You won't have to think twice before making a request or asking for something in English. The language will begin to flow more naturally, and you'll be able to enjoy the interactions without the pressure you might feel today. So, take a moment to reflect on how far you've come. You're not the same person who was nervous about ordering food in English. You've grown, you've learned, and now you're ready to take on even more challenges. Keep embracing those opportunities to speak, whether it's ordering a meal or having a chat. The more you practice, the more fluent you'll become. It's all part of becoming a confident speaker, one step at a time. As you continue this journey, you'll find that the confidence you're building in English will extend beyond just ordering food. It will affect every conversation you have, whether you're asking for directions, discussing your day with a colleague, or even making small talk with a neighbor. One of the most rewarding things about learning a language is the way it opens up the world around you. The more confident you become, the more you'll find yourself engaging in English without overthinking. You'll start to recognize patterns in the language, and naturally, you'll incorporate those into your daily conversations. And here's something powerful. Every time you successfully navigate a conversation, whether it's ordering food, asking a question, or simply making a request, you're reinforcing your skills and your belief in yourself. These moments, no matter how small they seem, are proof of your growth. It's important to be patient with yourself. Remember that there's no rush. Language learning is a lifelong process, and every conversation is a chance to improve, refine, and get better. Embrace the challenges as opportunities for growth. Mistakes will happen, and that's okay. The more you embrace them, the quicker you'll move past them. As you gain more experience, you'll notice that your ability to connect with others will also grow. You'll begin to feel more comfortable stepping into different social situations, knowing that you can communicate effectively and confidently. So, The next time you're at a restaurant or in a situation where you need to use English, remind yourself of the progress you've made. Celebrate how far you've come, and approach the conversation with a sense of calm and readiness. The world is waiting for you to share your voice, and with every word you speak, you're getting one step closer to becoming a fluent, confident English speaker. As you keep practicing, you'll also start to notice that English will begin to feel less like a challenge and more like a natural extension of yourself. It's no longer something you need to force or think about so much. It just flows. This is where the magic happens. Your confidence will start showing in ways that go beyond just language. You'll notice that you're not as anxious when you speak, and your body language will shift to reflect your newfound comfort. This makes a huge difference because communication isn't just about the words you say. It's about how you say them and how you engage with others. When you're out, ordering food or having a conversation, pay attention to how you feel. Notice the ease in your words, the confidence in your tone, and the way you no longer second-guess yourself. This shift will happen gradually, and soon speaking in English will feel just as natural as speaking in your first language. And when you find yourself in a situation where you feel stuck or uncertain, don't be afraid to ask for help. Native speakers are usually more than happy to assist if you need clarification, and by doing so, you're not only improving your language skills but also building relationships. If you ever find yourself in a tricky spot, here's a great tip. Always stay calm. Whether you forget a word, mix up a phrase, or even mispronounce something, simply take a moment to collect your thoughts. There's no rush. Native speakers understand that it takes time to learn a language, and they'll appreciate your efforts. The more you practice, the more you'll realize that your growth in English isn't just about vocabulary or grammar. It's about embracing the process and enjoying the journey. Every conversation, every meal ordered, every interaction will be a chance to refine your skills and celebrate your progress. As you continue, keep this in mind. Fluency isn't a destination. It's an ongoing journey. And with each step you take, you're becoming more confident, more capable, and more connected to the world around you. Keep speaking, keep practicing, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. You're already doing amazing things. As you continue to grow, you'll start noticing how your ability to speak English opens doors to new experiences. It's not just about language anymore. It's about opportunities, connections, and the freedom to explore the world with more ease. Each conversation you have in English, no matter how simple, brings you closer to becoming a truly confident speaker. One of the beautiful things about learning a language is that it's a continuous process of discovery. Even when you feel like you've mastered something, there's always more to learn. Maybe it's a new phrase, a cultural insight, or a different way of expressing yourself. Language is rich and dynamic, and the more you immerse yourself in it, the more you'll uncover. Remember, fluency doesn't mean speaking perfectly every time. It means being able to express yourself and connect with others. And that's something you're already doing. With every meal you order, every question you ask, and every interaction you have, you're proving to yourself that you have the ability to navigate the language with ease. It's easy to get caught up in what you haven't learned yet, but take a moment to acknowledge all the progress you've made. Reflect on the times you've communicated successfully, the words that once felt difficult but are now part of your vocabulary, and the confidence you've gained. These are victories, and they should be celebrated. And when you feel unsure or make a mistake, don't view it as a setback. Instead, see it as an opportunity to learn. Mistakes are simply part of the process, and they help you refine your skills. Every time you make a mistake, you're one step closer to mastering the language. So, as you keep practicing, remember this. The journey is just as important as the destination. Keep engaging, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. You've already accomplished so much, and the best part is that the journey never truly ends. There's always more to explore, more to learn, and more ways to connect. Keep moving forward, and know that each day brings you closer to becoming the confident, fluent English speaker you're meant to be.